Who has done an enormous amount of work for the entire Walk of Fame entity here for these last 3 years. This is his last year as chair of the committee. Please welcome to the microphone, Paul Fleitz.
It is my pleasure today to introduce the Honorable Walter Herbert Rice into the 2007 Dayton Walk of Fame. Walter Herbert Rice has made a lasting contributions to the Dayton region and the nation in both his capacity as a district court judge and through his personal service to the community. He was born in Pittsburgh, graduated from Northwestern University with a BA degree, and received a Juris Doctorate degree from Columbia University in 1962. In 1964, Walter Rice began his law career here in Montgomery County and has been an outstanding participant in the legal and judicial community for over 40 years. He first served in the Montgomery County Prosecutor's Office and then was elected judge of the Dayton Municipal Court. He was also appointed judge of the Court of Common Pleas, Montgomery County, and then re-elected in 1972 and again in 1978. In 1980, President Jimmy Carter appointed Judge Rice to the federal bench, where he has served for over 25 years, first as judge and then as chief judge of the United States District Court for the Southern District of Ohio. In this role, he has established a sterling reputation for being both thorough and compassionate. For the past 30 years, he has been a vital contributor at the University of Dayton School of Law, serving as an adjunct professor and member of the Board of Advisors. In an innovative development, Judge Rice has conducted federal district court trials at the UD Law School so that students there could truly experience the entire trial process. Judge Rice is also a founding and current member of the Montgomery County Volunteer Lawyers Project, an organization conceived and operated to provide legal service to indigents in all aspects of civil law. This group supplements the work done by the Legal Aid Society. While Judge Rice has distinguished himself through his judicial career, he has also excelled as a community leader. In 1989, Judge Rice chaired the 2003 committee that launched the effort to reclaim the lost legacies of the Wright brothers and Paul Lawrence Dunbar in this community. His leadership led to the Dayton Aviation Heritage National Historical Park, a unique public-private partnership park in the National Park Service system. The park unites non-contiguous sites from Huffman Prairie to the Paul Lawrence Dunbar House, to the Wright Flyer 3 at Carillon Historical Park, to the Hoover Block on West 3rd Street, where we are gathered here today. He continued to chair the 2003 committee as it undertook the year-long Dayton Bicentennial Celebration, Celebration 96. He has also served as trustee of Wright Dunbar Incorporated, dedicated to restoring the 3rd Street commercial corridor, running the length of the Wright Dunbar neighborhood, the site of the Dayton Aviation National Historical Park, and the early 20th century homes of the Wright brothers and Paul Lawrence Dunbar. Judge Rice has also been involved in a number of activities to identify and eradicate racism in the Dayton area. He has been member and co-chair of the steering committee of the Dayton Dialogue on Race Relations that promotes racial reconciliation through interracial dialogue, understanding, and action-oriented strategies. The Honorable Walter Herbert Rice has made lasting impact to the Dayton region and is well deserving of his inclusion into this year's Walk of Fame.
Well, good morning, all.
Good morning.
What a wonderful introduction. What an absolutely tremendous, tremendous honor. When I think of others who are sharing the podium or the stage with me this morning, when I think of all those who have been inducted before,
and the quality and the quantity of the contributions they have made to our community, to our country, and to the world. When I think of these immortals, one thing comes to mind: the absolute need to say, not with humility, not with pride, not with hubris, but the absolute need to say, in all candor, to those who nominated me and who selected me, the need to say, you have all made a terrible mistake. What were you people thinking? But mistake or not, this is a tremendous honor which I cherish, and I want you to know, now with all humility, that I have no intention of giving it back. I am not worthy of this because truly, so many others have done so much more than I to advance the causes that we hold dear. You know, it's been an open secret in our community for 35 years or more that lawyers walk all over me. Now, anyone can do so. Without the burden of coming down to the courthouse, finding a parking space, filing a lawsuit, or being sued. And when they do walk all over me, anyone and everyone, they honor far more than me. They honor those who truly deserve this award. They honor Jerry Sharkey, who conceived of the idea of a national park, Brad Tilson, the field general who steered it through to completion, Madeline Isley, our very first executive director, Wick Wright, the persona of the Wright family, Larry Blake, our present superintendent, Bill Gibson, the first superintendent, and Mary Ellington, who, among not many others, never ever gave up on this community and stayed and helped to regain it to the point where it is now and what it will yet be. Those who walk all over me honor others. They honor Mary Matthews, John Bosch. They honor Tony Perfilio. They honor that wonderful executive director of the Heritage Foundation, Tony Scalabrini, who have taken up the torch and will, with their efforts, make Dayton truly recognized, in spite of what a certain state to the southeast of us says on their license plates, will cause Dayton to be recognized as truly the birthplace of aviation technology, the hub of aviation heritage tourism, and the place where aviation technology and innovation began, exists still and will always be. There's so many others that I can mention. When they come and walk on me, they honor those who have worked to make our law school one of the leading providers of legal services in our community, an effective and a compassionate legal profession. They honor those who work with the Dayton Dialogue on race relations to achieve reconciliation across a racial divide through understanding and action. They honor that wonderful speaker that we'll hear at lunch, who is advancing the cause of peace, not only in Dayton, but throughout the country and the world. They honor fellow inductees like Joe Desch. What did Joe Desch ever do? Well, how about this? Joe Desch headed up the team that broke the Nazi code during World War II saving perhaps thousands and thousands of lives and materially shortening the war. And not only that, his pioneering work advanced the dawn of the computer age probably by many, many years. That's all Joe Dash and others who have shared this honor with me have done. People who walk on me honor my mentors, Judge Carl Kessler, former prosecutor Lee C. Falke, and I have here deponents, Dave opponents. No, I'm sorry, that's Doris opponents. Actually, it's both Doris and Dave, and so many others. I'd like to recognize two persons that they honor as well, people who didn't mentor me, but who served as role models, and I've never told them this. John Moore and Fred Smith, whose contributions to our community are beyond description. And I want them to know that I stand in awe of them. I'd like to introduce my family briefly. My wife, Bonnie. Bonnie, if you would say it. My daughter, Courtney, who's a senior at Vandalia Butler High School. And whose diapers, toys, school supplies, driver's licenses, lessons, and prom dress I have paid for with my senior citizens discount. Courtney, when your mom and I found out that we were having a daughter, we speculated on what she would be like and what she would become, and I want you to know you have exceeded our every expectation. I'd like to introduce my son, Michael Rice. Michael is superintendent of schools in Kalamazoo, Michigan. He just finished a 5-year term as superintendent in Clifton, New Jersey, which a tenure which marked buildings being built, increasing test scores, but most importantly, a high school football team that won a state championship. And Michael, I'm not at all proud. I hope the people who work with me will stand and be recognized. My law clerks, Diane Klopsch and Paul Lackacher, who occasionally keep me out of trouble with the appellate court. My long-term court reporter, Deborah Futrell and Debbie, and to her left, Mother Galilee, our courtroom clerk and case manager, and of course my invaluable assistant who began our work in federal court together on the same day, June 4th, 1980, whose last name I will reveal publicly today for the very first time. Shirley? Shirley's last name is Cobb, C-O-B-B, and that may seem strange to some of you who have always referred to her as Shirley. My God, how can she work for that name? This is a truly wonderful community filled to the brim with people who are willing to step up and who have stepped up to help this community meet, to address, and to solve its problems. And not just people with fancy titles, people in the neighborhoods, people who have not yet earned their 15 minutes of fame, and yet people whose leadership skills are absolutely dynamic and indispensable. People working to help this community be what it will be and what it has become. I hope to continue my work in the community. We have in this country and even in the greater Dayton community an unfinished social, economic, educational, and justice agenda. We have an unfinished equality agenda everywhere in this country, and I hope as long as strength allows that I can work with each and every one of you here in this room to finish that agenda. I hope to continue working with the Dayton Dialogue on Race Relations and with efforts to help persons who have become involved with the criminal justice system turn their lives around to become productive, tax-paying members of our community. I truly believe that the best for our community is yet to come. I truly believe that everyone here in this room will work to make it so. In conclusion, let's exchange some mutual promises, you and I. I pledge never to intentionally do anything to disappoint you or to cause you to question your gift to me of this undeserved honor. I promise that. All I ask in return, all I ask is that you come and that you bring your friends and your family members, your out-of-town visitors, and your acquaintances, that you all come to the Wright Dunbar neighborhood and to our national park, because if you do, you will guarantee the success of our efforts to promote our heritage, the heritage of the Wright brothers and Paul Lawrence Dunbar. You will serve to perpetuate the history of the wonderful people who made the city of Dayton and its surrounding environs what it is today. And you will help to guarantee, I believe, the economic viability of this community and its recognition as the center of aviation. You'll help guarantee that for decades to come. And when you do come down to the neighborhood and walk on me, don't bother telling anybody who I am, because I am this generation version, at least to visitors, of who was that guy? And I am the next generation of Daytonians' version of what's he doing here? When you do come down to walk all over me and others who have been honored, think for just a minute of the people who have worked so hard to make this community what it is, who will continue to work hard so we can realize our potential. Names and thousands of names that can't fit on all the plaques that can ever be made. Thank you so very, very much.
And thank you, Judge Rice.